Hello everybody, it's your boy Warwick, and we're playing some more West of Loathing. We gotta go back to Frisco and try to find more clues to the whereabouts of Norton and his anti-virus. Looks like he found an abandoned crate of military supplies. Let's take them, I guess. Chest full of medals? Okay. Sweet. Oh, there's a lot of stuff in this one. Orthopedic boots? Not bad for like 5 seconds of work. Wonder what those do. We're in the end game now, so there's got to be some crazy stuff. Plus 20 max HP. These boots are the finest foot care devices the medical technology of the 1890s has to offer. Which is to say that they've got sheepskin insoles and they're coated with gauze to help soak up ankle blood. Sounds useful. You gotta get that train back. This is embarrassing. Alright, so I gotta find a way to find Mr. Norton and his antivirus junk. But I'm out of, like, quests at the moment. Do you have any clues? These are the telltale signs of a train robbery. Follow the tracks. You jump onto Goggles' back and ride like the wind, following the railroad tracks back into the desert. When you finally catch up, you stand up on Goggles' saddle and leap onto the back of the train like real bad. Just barely catching the edge of the roof and pulling yourself up. Here's hoping you didn't have to do that again. Your stuntman could have been killed. Looks like Gary decided not to join you on account of not having a stuntman, so you're on your own until you get back to Frisco. Woo! Wow, alright, so we're atop the stolen train now? Okay, so there's him right there, I guess, and it's a ladder leading to the train car below. Anything cool I can find down here? Hand fruit? Hold on. It's a barrel labeled hand fruit. Okay. This barrel is labeled pickled pig knuckles. Try saying that 5 times fast. Pickled pig knuckles, pickled pig knuckles, pickled pig knuckles, pickled pig knuckles, pickled pig knuckles. I'm sure I missed something, I don't know. Someone has carefully stacked these crates up with this end up, but arrows all pointing in different directions. This barrel is labeled nubs. It's a locked safe. Crack it. It should have said key instead of keys. You got an item, cargo car key. It's the door of the next car, and it's locked with an unpickable plot brand lock. Unlock it. You unlock the door. You hear Norton scurrying forward on the roof. Oh, so I guess I'm just staying down here to avoid him. A ladder leading up to the roof. This is all very safe and not panic-inducing at all. Oh god, somebody has built a bridge. Oh, okay, so I went back over it. So where's Norton then? I guess he's over... I guess I come up on these guys from behind. These guys are so preoccupied with the door to the rear of the car, and they don't notice you prowling around behind them. The one in the back is a shiny key attached to his belt. It must be the key to the dining car, because it has dining car stamped into it in letters big enough to read from here. So I can grab it with 50 moxie, or I could just fight them. Let's do it. Let's ambush. Got the jump on them. Take this, train burglars! Wow, they don't really have any HP at all. That's interesting. Grab the key to the dining car on the leader's belt. I'll take that. Hooray! Unlock. Hello! Oh, nice flowers. It's got one of those fancy silver dome things on it. Investigate. You've never wanted anything more in your life than you want to lift up this dome and see what's under it. But you're not sure you can muster the amount of culinary expertise it requires to properly reveal a dish of such presumed quality. Do it. 50 mysticality. Voila! Oh, it's just a cream pie. Shaving cream? What kind of lunatics are running the food service on this train? Got an item, shaving cream pie. Yuck. What's the deal? This is no good to eat, but it's very aerodynamic. What? Alright, sure. This table looks like it got jostled around some kind of scuffle, but the flowers are still standing. This table didn't deserve flowers. The door between the dining car and the sleeper car is welded shut. Okay. So that means Norton's over here somewhere. Oh, there's Norton. You got a clear shot at him from here if you want to throw that pie at him. That's how I'm gonna take out Norton. What boy? Take that. Curses! Okay. It's a ladder leading to the train car below. A messily scrawled note. Read it. I've hidden the key to the forward passenger car in my luggage to make it easier for me to murder everyone in the sleeper car. Sincerely, the train murderer. P.S. Come to the roof of the sleeper car in the next 55 minutes if you want a murdering. Okay. One of these sleeping compartments must belong to the murderer. Maybe it's this one. Check inside. You open the door of the first passenger compartment. The sole occupant is a little boy about 10 years old wearing a blue suit and knickerbockers. Oh, hello, ma'am. Is something wrong? Nothing you need to worry about, kid. I'm on the trail of a bad guy. Do you mean a murderer, man? I'm pretty sure there's one on this train. They don't call me the world's greatest detective for nothing. What's your name, kid? I probably shouldn't say, ma'am. There might be a copyright thing. Oh, Angus, boy detective. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure I can handle this. Just let me ask you one question, and then you should lock the door after I'm gone. I understand, ma'am. What would you like to know? Are you on the roof of the train? Excuse me? The murderer left a note saying he's on the roof of the train. Are you? No, ma'am. I'm in my passenger compartment. Right, good. That'll be all. Let's check the second one. Open the door of the second passenger compartment and look inside. There's a portly man in a dapper gray suit with a tiny, meticulously waxed mustache. And not, I'd like to clarify, an enormous bushy one. Excusez-moi, is there some way I might be of assistance, madame? Sorry to bother you, but there's a murder on the loose, and I'm checking the passenger compartments. So this is very serious, mon ami. Allow me to offer you this little gray cells. I don't know what that means. But no thank you. Let me just ask you one question. Well, certainly, I am at your service. Are you on the roof of the train? The roof of the train, madam, right now? That's right. No, I am here in conversation with you. Good, that's all. What about the third? Open the door to the third passenger compartment and find nobody inside. Since the note from the murderer said he was going to be on the roof of the train, that means he couldn't be in his passenger compartment. And since there's no one inside the passenger compartment, whoever the compartment belongs to can only be, by process of elimination, on the roof. Which means the person who rented this compartment must be the murderer. Probably. The only clue you find in here is a luggage ticket, though, and is the number 3 on it. Okay. Check the fourth one. The only passenger in this compartment is a middle-aged woman who is writing something in a notebook. She looks up as you enter and greets you with a friendly northeastern accent. Why, hello there. There's something you need, dear. I'm sorry to bother you, ma'am. I don't want to alarm you, but there's a murderer on board the train, and I'm investigating. A murderer on a train? My goodness. That would be a wonderful premise for my next novel. Sure, why not? Anyway, I just need to ask you one question. Go right ahead, dear. According to my evidence, the murderer's on the roof of the train. Are you on the roof of the train? No. No, dear. All right, thanks for your time. Would you like a meat pie? They're homemade. No, thanks. Just have a look at this playing card before you go. Goodbye. You find bag number 3 and it has the key to the passenger car inside. That's a very strong corroborating evidence for your theory of who the murderer is. You got the item passenger car key. So now I can just leave and not have to fight the murderer. He's probably upstairs. Maybe I have to sneak up behind him. You finally make it to the passenger car, one car back from the locomotive, which may be confusing if you thought the locomotive meant the entire train, so I could just say the engine, except that also refers to the engine itself, that is, the actual steam engine that makes the train go, and not just the frontmost car of the train. Anyway, you're in the passenger car. Suddenly, Norton clambers in the window. He must have dramatically clung to the side of the train in order to reveal at the last minute that he hadn't actually been defeated. Dang it. He runs into the frontmost car of the train and locks the door. What a jerk. Maybe he could get some of the passengers to help break the door down and arrest him? Or maybe he could just kick the door down and shoot him until he can't bother anyone anymore. Up to you. Okay. This guy is totally pranticking, which is a word I just made up that means ranting in a frantic panic. Everyone else is ignoring him as hard as they can. Alright, hold on. So I can just bust in, or I can get these people to help me. So if I just go straight up in here, am I going to get murdered? I kind of just want to know now. I hope I don't have to redo all this if I do get murdered. Oh. There he is. It's the train murderer, as advertised. Charge him. Oh, he does have much more HP than the other guys did. I guess I'll do some actions then, huh? Let's get a bean wall going on. Haha. And then we'll get a bean shield going on. Ho ho. And then we'll get a butter bean. Lower his stats. Haha. And then use the old bean. Mysticality will increase by 5. Plus 5 mysticality. Now I'm so strong. Now it is time to destroy this man. Yeah, the great northern blizzard of beans. And then rain of teeth. 82 spooky, and you gone. You put an end to the train murderer's reign of murder. Gained 60 experience. Rifled through his pockets. They're empty except for his luggage tag. Turns out his tag number is 3. Whoa, mind the gap. Okay. So the murderer's done with and dealt with, and there's nothing else I need to do in here. And I guess I didn't even need to go up there anyways because I was able to get the key. I guess I'll start talking to these people. This woman just ignores you. This professional-looking guy is frowning at a sheet of paper and occasionally scribbling on a pencil with it and then erasing what he just wrote. This This woman is focusing on her knitting and ignoring the general commotion. She must have been knitting the whole trip, because the scarf she made out of could accommodate a whole marching band. This overweight man in a three-piece suit and a boiler hat is probably a banker or something. His eyes are closed and his posture is relaxed, but the clench of his jaw betrays his aggravation. This lady is flipping through a book titled Birds of the Western Territories. Since most of the place is a desert, it isn't a very long book. Man is too busy ignoring you and his daughter to not ignore you. This little girl's peering out of the window in the train, clearly bored out of her mind. I guess we'll start there. Hey there, busy? No, all of my toys and friends are in our luggage and it's boring and I hate it. Do you want to help me out with something really important? Huh? Like what? Well, a bad guy took over the engine car and I need some people to help me break down the door and arrest him. What? Lady, I'm just a little girl. Hey now, that's not a good attitude. Don't ever let anyone tell you that you can't do anything just because you're a girl. Okay. Yeah, well, let's bust the crook's face in. Woo, that's a spirit. But you gotta pay me in advance. Jeez, you're learning a little too fast. What do you want? I like stuffed animals. A big plush owl? I have one of those. Here you go. Wow, she's great. She takes the owl and gives it a big hug. Okay, lady, say the word and we'll show that jerk what for. Awesome. Well, let's see what else I can find then. Hey, bird lady. Excuse me, ma'am. Yes? A crazed psycho has taken over the train's engine car and I need volunteers to help break down the door and arrest him. Oh my, I certainly couldn't be of any help with that. I'm very conflict averse. What if I told you he hates birds and is determined to outlaw them from the territory after he seizes power? That's very sly, but I know you're only saying that because you saw the book I was reading. Yeah, you got me there. Any other ideas to convince me? Suddenly you hear a tapping at the passenger car window. What the? Russell? You open the window and your pet crow Russell flaps in and perches on your shoulder. Hey buddy, good to see ya. Caw! Oh my gosh, what a beautiful crow. And he knows you? Oh sure, me and Russell go way back. Yeah, he was like in the intro of the game. That is just so sweet. Oh, right buddy? Caw! I rescued him from a cat when he was only just out of the nest and raised him as a pet. I set him free when I left home recently. But what is he doing here? Has he been following you since then? No, he probably just happened to be flying by and spotted me on the roof of a train and recognized me. Crows are crazy smart like that. That's amazing. Oh, what I wouldn't give to have an avian friend like that. Well, I'm still going to be doing a lot of traveling after this, I figure, so I can't really drag Russell along with me. But I bet Russell wouldn't mind being pals with a nice lady in Frisco who helped save the train. What do you think, Russ? Russell caws again and flaps over to perch next to the lady. He lightly pecks at her shoulder in a friendly manner. Caw! My goodness, how could I refuse? It's a pleasure to meet you, Russell. My name's Annabelle. Awesome. I'll let you know when we're ready. Hey! It's so cute. Annabelle and Russell will soon be getting along famously. Little girl's ready to spring into action. Norton better be wearing shin guards. Alright, knitting lady. Excuse me, ma'am. Whatever it is, I want no part of it. I keep to myself and I have no desire to get involved. Thank you very much. Come on, this is important. A crazy guy stole the train and I need help arresting him and you'll never get to Frisco. I'm sure everything will sort itself out in the end, and in the meantime I have plenty of wool. Appeal to her pride. Outfoxing 5. Ma'am, is that your daughter? Yes, she is. What about her? What would you like her memory of this absurdly long train ride to be? That her mother was a hero who helped stop the bad guy, or that she sat powerlessly knitting while the menfolk did everything? What sort of role model would you prefer to be? That is tantamount to emotional extortion, young lady. It's your choice, ma'am. Fine. Okay, good. Oh, that's the daughter. Oh, that's the mother of that other lady. I see. This woman seems aggrieved by being forced out with Norton, but she'll get over it once the train finally gets to Frisco. Alright, three-piece suit man. Hi, excuse me?
Yes, what is it?
A crazy jerk calling himself Emperor Norton has hijacked the train, and I need volunteers to help me bust the door down and arrest him.
I see.
And will you help me?
No, I'd really rather not. That sounds quite strenuous, perhaps even dangerous.
Come on, please.
No, I don't think so. I'm quite comfortable here, and I prefer to avoid stress.
Pretty please?
Again, no. I'm supposed to avoid things that might raise my blood pressure.
Pretty please with sugar on top?
Sugar is one of those things.
Pretty please with gravy on top?
Gravy is another. Look, please just leave me alone.
Please, 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 please.
No.
Please, please, please. No. Please, please, no, stop that. Please, 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 please. No, I said no, stop asking. You're really getting on my nerves. Please, please, and I'll stop asking if you say yes. Please, no. Please, 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 please. Alright, God, fine, I'll help. Just leave me alone. Thanks. I annoyed that guy into helping. Who else we got? Professional looking guy and a frowning on a sheet of paper. Okay, here we go. Excuse me, can you help with something? Sorry, I'm busy. Ask my wife or my daughter. God knows she could do something to keep her preoccupied. What are you working on? It's quite academic. I'm sure you wouldn't understand. Try me. If you must know, I'm a scholar of foreign antiquities, and I'm attempting to resolve this ancient conundrum for the Far East. He shows you a sheet of paper covered with little boxes, some of which have numbers in them. Solve it 4 and 50 mysticality. That's a Sudoku. My little brother thinks they're for babies. What? Look, this box can't be a 3 or a 7 because you've got these, those there and there. So it has to be a 4, which means if it's 5 here and 9 here, that's 9 and this can't be. So it's a 7 and this one's a 2. You quickly fill in the rest of the puzzle. Well, I mean, what fun is it if you're just going to solve it for me? Sorry, will you help me break down the door to the engine and arrest the Emperor? Well, I guess I've got nothing better to do now. Cool. Alright, Mr. Crazy. It's you and I. You mind if I sit here, sir? I wonder if I need, maybe a mask for this guy? I will find out. Hey, buddy, you okay? It's a lie. We're never gonna get to Frisco. Frisco probably doesn't even exist. They've been testing to see how long we can survive on a complimentary peanuts and bottled water. Now they're driving us out into the desert, some kind of government camp. They're gonna use our organs to fuel alien flying machines. Snap him out of it with percussive maintenance. Oh gosh, yes, let's do it. Whap, whap, whap. oh, I'm sorry. I guess I lost it there for a second. Feel better? He rubs his jaw. Well, I mean, yes and no. Listen, we're gonna get to Frisco, but first we've gotta bust into the locomotive up front and arrest a crazy guy. I need some volunteers. Okay, I'm in. And if I have to sit here and do nothing for much longer, I'll probably flip out again. Cool. Alright, well I've got the entire crew on my team now, and you know, Russell's came back, giving nice little pets. Oh, alright, it's the door to the locomotive. Let's confront Norton. You pound on the door to the locomotive or engine car or cab or whatever. Open up, Norton. No. Alright, then I'm coming in. Oh yeah? You and what army, lady? You glance back at the passengers. Me and this army. At least 3 passengers. Here we go. You and the passengers break down the door very impressively. Though it would have been even better if you had some torches and those old-fashioned rakes. Norton is backed up into the corner of the engineer's compartment, next to the engineer who looks over his shoulder at you and shrugs. So-called Emperor Norton, you're under arrest for the crime of being a total ass. That's not illegal. It is when I'm in town. Everybody grab him, except you, Mr. Engineer. I can see you're busy driving the train. Right. Actually, if you could turn around and head back to Frisco at the next station, that'd be great. No problem. Ow! Let me go! This isn't over! You haven't heard the last of me! Tell it to the judge, Norton. The prison judge! Okay. You did it! Thanks, boss! No problem. We got the track laid right up to the station now. The first ever cross-territory railroad. Thanks to the Manifest Destiny Railroad Company, and principally, you. You did a real good job, Jane Marston. Oh, shucks. Don't mention it. Yay! We got the train all the way up to the station? One-way station, so there's no sense in going in there now. Looks like somebody on that train got a job at the projectionist. Would you like to watch this movie? It's free because movies have only recently been invented and nobody has figured out they can charge for them yet. Note, doing this will not change anything about the world or your character. When the cutscene is over, you'll still be right here, and you can keep playing if you want. No, not just yet. The final cutscene. Now playing. The final cutscene. Well, I mean, I still have to beat the Necromancer, but if I beat the main story today already, and I did all the train stuff, I might as well watch the cutscene. I mean, we are getting close to the end of time anyways. Let's do it. Show me the final cutscene. Some folks say endings don't matter. But other folks, they like to know how things turn out, the consequences of their actions like. Okay. With the trains running again, Frisco thrived. People came from all over to seek their fortunes, but thanks to you, they didn't have to do it while out on fire because some cow attacked their wagon. Is that so? I don't think I solved that problem yet. Well, I guess there's a train now. Oh, I get it, because they don't have a wagon anymore. And the Frisco cart that just rolled by, oh my god, it's wonderful. These are all the people that were on the train. And some more. Hey, there's just some people from Dirtwater. Anybody else I recognize? Not really. I guess it's hard to remember what everyone looks like when they're in what is it called? Stickman form. That's it? Just the town of Frisco? With the railroad completed and Norton ousted, Smee found himself out of a job, but in of an opportunity. After being elected mayor, he managed the growth and infrastructure of Frisco with compassion and pragmatism. In 1944, Frisco was named Most Reasonable City by the Tuesday Evening Post. Hey, it's a city hall now. Hey, and there's Smee. Good for him. Still got his clipboard going and everything. After he got settled in, Gary climbed to the top of the tallest building in Frisco and shot spores every which way. They say his descendants still roam the West to this day. He went a-popping, he sure did. Just tons of Garys. Thanks to your assistance, Hobart Buppert got the photography bug. Or should we say the photography owl? Anyway, he opened an art gallery to the citizens of Frisco who would never again have to suffer the inability to see pictures of owl skeletons whenever they wanted. After I brought him the picture, he's like, I want to go take more. Kurtz left the fort and set up shop in Frisco. His coal fitness group skyrocketed in popularity. The growth was entirely due to the word of mouth, because the first rule of Kurt's Fit is that you cannot stop talking about Kurt's Fit. Kurtz till it hurts. No Kurtz, no pain, no Kurtz gain. Oh, no Kurtz pain, no Kurtz gain. Gotcha. The cultists you rescued eventually joined a different cult, but the new one is quite a bit safer than the old one, since it's mostly about annoying people on the streets instead of unearthing ancient evil destructors. Okay. Man, I wonder what else I needed to do with the underground stuff then. Yeah, that's still an unfinished quest too. With your help, the Professor gained enough knowledge about Alvarado technology to start building his own. He opened a very successful consumer technology store in Frisco, and for decades people spent all their time staring at little computers in their hands instead of talking to one another. El Vibrato. Everyone gets their sweet new phones or whatever they are. Musicians he sent to Dirtwater formed a band called Wasco and the Pufferfish. They had a few hits that mostly faded into obscurity, though you'd occasionally hear Wasco in a radio ad years later. It's a party! I like that dude in the middle's dance. He's rocking out hard. He solved all of the Breadwood problems! With the increase in morale and civic resources, they're able to clear the woods from the road and fix the well and the broken hitching post. There was even enough left over to give the mayor's office a new coat of paint, refresh the facade on the Buttery Biscuit, and add a second story to the bunkhouse. They even managed to get that horse into rehab. Oh yeah, the drunk horse out on the street. Yay. Good for Breadwood. Hey, look, he's just a clip-clopping along now. Chuck continues to run his blood and breakfast without incident, accident, scandal, or allegation for many years. It is a pretty creepy house. You won 4 of the reenactment scenarios at Fort Memoriam. They still talk about you. Remember when that Jane gal came through here? Yeah, she was really good at this game. Do we have any more root beer? With your help, Roy Bean's Jelly Bean Museum became the talk of the town. Well, first they had to build a town nearby, but once they did, woo-wee! Aw, excited kids come to see the beans. Dirtwater became, relatively speaking, a thriving metropolis. Thanks to your efforts as a commerce ambassador and all-around helpful stranger, the once sleepy town became a shining oasis in a barren land. Every man, woman, and child in the town knew your name. They even put up a little plaque with your name on it in your old room at the Jewel. Aw, that's sweet. Oh yeah, and there's all kinds of hats because the hat box? Oh no, that was in the very, very beginning. Old man, these crazy stories. They have darts yet? No, guess not. As for you, after your adventure, you settled in Frisco and bought a very long, very narrow house. You filled it with souvenirs of your exploits and started an antique hat rack collection. When you left home, you told Rufus you wanted to help people. Over the course of your adventure, you helped 64 people. You weren't whistling Dixie when you declared your intentions. If you had been Catholic, they definitely would have sainted you if you had asked, but you wouldn't have asked because you wouldn't want to be in any trouble. Aww. Oh no, I sold a lot of my hats. They're all at different shops. Man, I didn't realize I have my own cool place here with all my belongings I picked up. Now I gotta go back and buy all the hats. My infinite bones on the side. In 1906, all of the remaining cows in the West were simultaneously activated by some kind of signal from hell. They thundered east, forming a gigantic single-minded herd, led by the infernal sadist Duke Boficus. The cow army thundered east toward Dirtwater. No! We didn't fix the cow problem, that's what I said earlier! That's so sad. Fortunately, a gang of rodeo clowns swept in at the last moment and slaughtered the herd just before it reached Dirtwater. Unfortunately, all of the townsfolk of Dirtwater had a hard time sleeping for pretty much the rest of their lives. Seriously, it was a grisly sight. 420 years later, deep beneath the ground, ancient machines silently stopped doing the thing that they were built to do. It's probably fine. You and everybody know you were dead by then, and most of humanity has moved to space. Still, though, it's a shame about the planet. There were some cool bars out there. Uh-oh. So we left all this stuff here, and eventually it destroyed the world? Well, that's certainly not good. Guess I probably should have done something about that. Thank you for playing. The credits of Loathing. The end. If you enjoyed West of Loathing, you might also enjoy our free browser-based game, The Kingdom of Loathing, on the internet. Okay, well, guys, I think that'll be it for this episode, and, you know, maybe even it for the series. I don't know. I kind of want to play some more. Go fix the cow problem and go kill the necromancer and find out what all the ancient machinery stuff was for. Didn't realize the game would be ending as fast as it did as soon as I found those tracks, but we got the town tracks going, and now I guess that was the whole point of the game. And yeah, we did help people. We told Rufus we would. And that'll be where we leave this one. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see if we're going to hop back into this, or, you know, hit the like button if you enjoyed this episode and this series, or if you want to leave me a comment talking about your experience, or about anything else you want to see from this game, or any games like it. You know, you can leave me a comment down below, or you can, you know, find my Twitter and my Discord links in the description down below. That'll be it for this one, though. Good game, everybody.